moment for today. I know it's been a while since I did some inspirational things and did some things according to business or entrepreneurship or whatever that may be, your passion, your dream. I know it's been a while since I've had some things, but this was just brewing in my spirit. Um, and I just titled it, Keep Going. Um, and the thought that I have that's just been brewing within me is, through life, some people may not believe your vision. They may not believe what you're called to. They may not believe the calling on your life. They may not like, um, whatever it is pertaining to you. But I just want to encourage you to keep going. Whatever it is that you are called to do, whatever it is that drives you, motivates you, encourages you, you feel it's a call by God. You feel that, God is giving you the blueprint, God is giving you the vision. Whatever it is, listen, keep going. Some people are not going to understand the call on your life. Some people are not going to understand your gifting, all of that stuff. They're not going to understand it. Some people may not support it. So some people may not, may talk negative towards you, may talk negative about you, or some people are just envy of you. You're going to experience so many different things on this journey of life, on this journey of business, on this journey of pursuing your purpose, on pursuing that destiny. The call of God on your life will be fulfilled, and you're going to go through that season of rejection. You're going to go through that season of scenes of betrayal. You're going to go through that season of people that really meant something to you. They're very close to you. It seems as if they just don't believe in you. Whatever the case may be, my encouraging word is keep going. If you just keep going, you keep believing God, you keep plowing, you keep trailblazing, you will see over the course of time that what God has called you to do, it will make sense for you, and the proof will be in the pudding. The proof will be in the pudding. Is another phrase I want to use. Over time, the call of God will fulfill itself. I want to say it that way. The call of God will fulfill itself if you just keep going, if you just keep believing, if you just keep plowing, if you just keep dreaming, if you just keep seeking the face of God for provision and just seeking him for direction and for guidance. If you just stay in the face of God, you stay faithful and committed to him and to what he's called you to do. Even if people don't believe in it, they don't accept it, they don't understand it, they speak negatively against you, just keep going. That's my encouraging word. Keep going. I just began to process and to ponder, like, back in 2008, when my wife and I started this, Standard Gap Ministries, and that was in 2008. It became official in 2010 with just the paper document through IRS. But I just began to, understand all the rejection we went through, all the backlash, all the negative, so much stuff that we were just hearing on and on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all not called to this. We would just hear stuff on and on. They would speak something negatively against myself or my wife, but we had to keep going. We had to keep going. We had to keep believing. And we just continued to seek the face of God, and we kept praying, and we kept believing. God kept sharpening us, and we kept growing in the Lord. We were growing closer together. And over time, now after 16 years, and it's not that 16 years was perfect, but we stayed before the Lord, and whatever we needed to get right, we repented, or whatever the case may be, we got it right with God. But God did not give up on us. God did not throw us away. God did not close up things. No, God just kept encouraging us. He kept sharpening us. He kept perfecting us, and we kept going. Even when we felt like we just said, you know what, maybe we should just throw in the towel. Maybe we should just give this thing up. We're not getting the support that we want anyhow. Maybe we should just give up. But the call of God was just brewing. It kept pushing us, and God kept encouraging us to go forward. And who knows what would have happened if we just gave up? Who knows what would have happened if we stopped trailblazing and stopped blazing and stopped pushing and stopped doing what God had purposed in our hearts to do? Who knows what would happen? But we kept going. And now after 16 years, it doesn't matter who doubts. After 16 years, it doesn't matter what people have to say. Our hearts we have a heart for God. We have a heart for God's people. We have a heart for God's community. Who knows? But the reality is not about people no more. It's about pleasing God. It's about making sure God is glorified. It's making sure that our life is reflecting not just SIG Ministries, our life is reflecting what God wants to be reflected, which is Him. It's all about Christ being glorified. And so I just wanted to do this short YouTube video. I'm gonna share it on Facebook and try to get it to Instagram if I can. But just keep going. Just as long as your heart is right and your intentions are right, your motives are right, you have a heart for God, just keep going. Whatever that business endeavor is, whatever that vision is, whatever that dream is, just keep going. Yeah, you may not get all the support from your family. You may not get all the support from your friends. You may not get the support right away, maybe from the community. But if you just keep trailblazing, you keep pushing, you keep sharpening yourself, you keep educating yourself, you keep doing the necessary things that's going to help you grow as a person, that's going to help grow your business. You keep building your integrity, which is going to increase the integrity of your business or your organization or your ministry. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep going. Stay focused. Sometimes you got to set your face like flint. And when we say set our face like flint, is you're locked into what God is showing you. You're locked into what God has put on your heart to do, and God is showing you that thing, and you just have to believe in it. You have to believe in it until that entire thing is fulfilled, and it's going to be fulfilled. It's going to be, but you have to stay before the Lord. You have, stay before the Lord and keep believing in Him and keep trusting in Him. When we look at faith, there's belief in God, then you got to have confidence. And I always said, faith is not the issue of the believer, it's confidence. A lot of times we don't have confidence in God. We don't have confidence in ourselves. And we wonder why things are so unfulfilled in our life, and the reason why we give up, the reason why we stop pushing is because we don't have confidence in God. We believe in God. We got faith, we believe, but the other aspect of faith is confidence. And a lot of times we don't have confidence in God, and we don't have confidence in ourselves that we have the ability to do it, not understanding God has given us the ability to do it. And whatever we don't have the ability to do, He will fill those voids. He will fill those areas of your life. You just got to keep going. You got to keep believing. You got to keep striving and keep pushing. And you just have to keep. That's all I can say. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. And if it's a God thing, if it's a God business, if it's a God ministry, whatever it is, it will be fulfilled. It will come to pass. It will continue to breathe. It will continue to thrive. It will continue to grow. It will continue to expand. It will continue because God will be doing it. As you're faithful to Him and committed to Him, and you have a heart after Him, God will expand. God will grow. God will bring increase. He will do it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. And that was just in my spirit to encourage somebody that's about to start a business, and maybe you're 5-6 years into business, and maybe it's not turning out the way you want it to turn out. Keep going. Just keep going. Some businesses, there was a time and season, before we started the whole church aspect of Standing Gap Ministries, we were just out in the community doing community things, and we had some season where it seemed to be dry. It seemed like we wasn't doing much, but that was the time God was sharpening us and preparing us for that next moment, that next shift, that next season of Standing Gap Ministries. So we went through a season where it seemed like, man, we were growing at one point and just doing different things, impacting the community. Then it seemed like we ran to a dry spell. And that dry spell was a pruning cell. Not pruning cell, but pruning time. God was just pruning us and so for the next level of growth. And so you're going to experience these different things in business. No matter what you got going on, you're going to experience these different things. The slow times, the high times, the low time, you're going to experience these different things in business and entrepreneurship and ministry or whatever the case is that you're pursuing, but you got to keep going. You got to keep dreaming. You got to keep sharpening yourself because the only way your business a lot of times is going to grow, you have to grow. If you don't grow, your business won't grow. If you don't mature, your business won't mature. If you don't sharpen yourself better to make yourself better, then guess what? It's going to affect your business. It's going to affect the outcome of you and the growth of your business or your ministry or whatever you're trying to do. It's going to affect it. So, I've said a lot in a short amount of time, but if you don't get nothing else out of this, just keep going. It's okay. People don't believe. Just keep going. It's not about even proving the haters wrong. That's so cliche-ish. It's so, after a while, just be like, man, why am I going to keep trying to focus on trying to prove somebody wrong? Why don't I just do what God called me to do? Or let me just do this business that I have, God has given me. Let me just work it and stop worrying about trying to prove people wrong. I guess that's the point I want to make. It gets so overrated trying to prove people wrong that God called you. Like, no, just do the work. That's what I had to do. My wife and I, we just had to do the work. We had to keep living it to the best of our ability and keep grinding and keep working. And then eventually, people will see. Even if they got to eat their words, they'll see. Because God will be shining through us. God will be shining through you. Just keep going. Keep going. Sometimes it may not make any sense. Just keep going. Faith never adds up anyhow. You can't calculate faith anyhow. So just keep going. And enjoy the journey, because this journey that you're going through, God is going to use you to encourage somebody else. But you got to keep going, because if you don't keep going, then how can you tell somebody else to keep going? And whatever area of your life you got to clean up and get better, then clean it up and get better. We all have to do it. It does not matter whether it's ministry, business, whatever you're doing. We all have to clean up our life and get better. That's just life. That's life. That's growth. That's maturity. We all got to do it. So nobody is exempt of that. Okay? So stop with your pity parties and, oh, I'm not this and, oh, I'm not that. Stop worrying about what you're not and start working on what you want to be and what God has called you to be. That's what you got to focus on. You have to focus on what God has called you to be and what you desire to be. You can't focus on what you're not. Because some of the things that you're not, maybe it wasn't meant for you. But there are some things that you are, and that's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to thrive and push for. And that's what you got to do. Keep going. Keep going. So this short inspirational message about business, about life, about ministry, whatever your endeavor is, you got to keep going. Sometimes you're going to cry. Sometimes it's going to be frustrating. Get up. Keep going. Sometimes it seems like the pruning season, it seems like you're losing, but you're not losing. You're actually being prepared to grow. You're actually being prepared for expansion. You're actually being prepared for your next level. It's okay. Sometimes you're going to go through the fire. You're going to be tested. It's okay. It's only to make you better. And it's worth going through the fire, because some things are going to be burned off. When you go through the fire, you're being purified. Things are burning off of you. They don't need to be on you. You're going to lose. It seems like you're losing some things through the fire or losing things through the pruning, but no, you're actually gaining. You're actually gaining. And once you can get that in your spirit, once you can get that in your mindset, that, yeah, this is a season of testing. I'm going through the fire. It seems like this fire is just getting hotter and hotter. Guess what? It's okay. The hotter it gets, the more you're purified. The hotter it gets, the more things that shouldn't be in your life is burned away. So keep going. Life is comprised of all the things I've been talking about. Life is comprised of all the things I've been talking about. And it doesn't matter about proving people wrong anymore. Just go do what God called you to do. I know that competitiveness, that side of us being, oh, I can't wait to just prove them wrong. They don't know. But it's like, man, that's a waste of time. I'm not wasting my time to prove somebody wrong. We don't have time to waste to prove people wrong. The time that we have is to do what we're called to do. Do what we're purposed to do in the earth. So listen, be encouraged. I hope what I shared is impactful. Feel free to share. this link with somebody. I'm sorry, my YouTube link. I'm just trying to add more content, build more content. So feel free to share. Pray that you've been encouraged. Stay focused and keep going.